This is my old wok burner that has served me for some years, but I'm having some issues with it and I have not been able to fix it with what I've done so far. So what's happened is, never mind this is where the hose went in for the gas. And looking at the underside of this burner here, I just want to point out that the gas would come in here, and you've got this regulator here, and also has a lighter on it that activates over here. But here you've got air intake there. See that? Big hole there. Let me see if I can get it close enough to see the hole along there. And then these were supposed to be a way to adjust how much air you're letting in there. Anyway, I can't quite work it. Okay, there we go. And it's supposed to let in air along the way there, I believe. But what was happening is the propane was igniting in here, and all of this was a flame. So that was not safe to deal with. Now I was willing to go ahead and do what I could kind of cowboy figure out on it, but it turned out to be beyond me. So that's why I ended up replacing this whole thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace that with this new, larger, we're going from a 10-inch burner here to we're gonna go from an 8-inch over there to a 10-inch burner here. I may have to make some modifications to make it fit, but this is a 10-inch banjo burner that I got from Amazon, and I can put that link in the description there. So I don't know if you all wanted to see all that where I fixed up everything to work here, but what I did is the old burner that was in there was supported down here on these brackets. See, they come down here, they're U-shaped. They come down here, and there were screws that came vertically up into the bottom of that burner. Obviously, that's not gonna work anymore. This one here has 4 screw holes around the perimeter, so they needed a bolt that went in horizontally. So what I did is I just figured about the right spot here, drilled a hole in there, and then of course I matched up the screws that came in there. They weren't long enough. I went and bought some longer ones. And these ones here they're a 6 by 100. They're a metric screw bolt. Okay, I'm sorry that it's not focusing right. I've got some fancy setting on the phone there that's messing up. But anyway, that is about 1.25 inches long. So 30 millimeters long. It bottoms out into the hole and snugs up just enough where this is not perfectly round any longer, this shield, but it doesn't have to be. But you can see that it is holding it nice and steady, nice and sturdy. So I'm gonna be happy with that result as far as it holding there. Well, let's see how it makes fire though. I'm gonna go ahead and hook that up to a propane tank. You can see this is just kind of in there snug, finger tight, all enough because there's a screw, there's a spring there that's providing some tension on this plate that allows more or less air in the mixture. So we will adjust that as we go and hope that it stays steady and right where we want it. All right, so now I'm gonna attach these together. Now, I'm not putting any sort of a Teflon tape or anything around these threads because that's not where the seal is made. You see this dome right here? That seats down on the inside of this fitting here, and that's what makes the seal. All you gotta do is just get it tight enough. Now, of course, if I just go and try to give it what for and tighten it up, you see it's starting to move that one down there. So what I'll do is I will use a wrench to hold that one steady while I'm screwing this one down. I gotta do that off camera because I don't have my tripod with me. So trust me, this is what I'm gonna do. How tight do you want it? Let's say 1 grunt, where you just go, just a little bit. You see, this is still loose enough, doing its thing. We'll make sure that that's gonna work. But now we're ready to fire up some gas. We've got a high pressure regulator on here, adjustable regulator, so I can adjust the flow for this thing right here. All right, so here's the completed product. Everything nice and sturdy in there. Feels good. I've got my high pressure regulator attached. Got my gas turned on. I'm gonna crack this open just a little bit. There we go. Hear it hissing a little bit. I'll go ahead and get my flame on. There you go. That's just low pressure right there. See if I can crank it up a little bit. That looks like a nice hot flame. Now I can adjust the air coming in. And I get that all in one shot. There we go. More air. It's a little, it's not igniting any longer at some point. So take it down a little bit. If I shut it off, like no air, then it get a big yellow flame. We don't want that. We want something in between. Oops. Lost my flame because I shut her off. So let's start again. Oof. Okay. I think I want something like that. Mostly blue flame. Looking good. I can add a little pressure. Gas pressure. Like that. Let me tell you, that's putting out some heat. Anybody want to see how it looks with a wok on top? I can do that next. Let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe.